There's new and faster ways to complete most wanted challenges, new guns, new modes. Abyss just keeps getting easier. Stadium Royale is the newest mode. It's a resurgence mode that takes place in the newly opened stadium, and just that. Now, it doesn't have bots and there's no loadouts, so what makes it so good for camo grinding? As for all Abyss camo grinding, you should be playing solo. This will make loadouts cheaper to buy and will make staying alive and respawning in Resurgence much easier than relying on teammates to live. At the beginning of every match, land at the executive level, open a couple of orange chests, and you'll get your loadout within the first minute of the game. And you're camo grinding. No need to wait for the first zone to close for your free loadout. You can go and get camo challenges done right away. It should be obvious, eliminations in those special camo challenges aren't going to be the easiest in the game here. If you have a good match, you can get anywhere from 20 to 30 eliminations, which is about how much you get in a casual battle royale game. Where this mode really shines is with most wanteds. The contracts spawn right away. This is the only mode that this happens. You don't have to wait for the first zone to close. You don't have to wait for them to randomly spawn and plunder. They are just there at the beginning of the match, every time. And if you go to the executive level, hit those orange chests and get your loadout right away, you can pick up your most wanted contract and start looking for kills. Now you'll find the most players in Stadium. They'll either be at the launch site or on the ground level. In the parking level or executive level, you'll rarely run into enemies, so don't waste your time trying to get kills while being the most wanted here. There's also all of the brand new Easter eggs to get the free blueprints in the game. A lot of players are going to be trying to do those, which makes them easy targets. And if you get the most wanteds around when the free loadouts drop in, if you can get to the roof before everyone else, you're gonna get lots of kills on the enemies either freshly landing in or zipping up. When you do complete that Gold Tiger challenge and you move on to King's Ransom, getting 3 kills in a single life is all based on your skill ability in Stadium Royale. Remember, you're fighting real players, there's no bots. So when you run into a full team, you're probably gonna die unless you can somehow kill them off one by one. This challenge is completely up to your skill ability. Eventually, when you move on to Catalyst, don't use shock charge or flashes, use concussions, especially around the concourse of the building. It being so close quarters means you can throw a concussion grenade into where you think an enemy is if you see them turn a corner, and you're definitely going to get that affection and get that kill for camo progression. And then the same thing with Abyss. 5 kills in a single life. You can play it really slow, wait for enemies to push areas you know they're going to go to, or you can head to Rebirth casual. But that doesn't make Stadium Royale the worst mode in the game. If you're looking for something new and fun to do, you can get some camo grinding done on top of unlocking the secret blueprints in the game. This mode also makes plunder obsolete. If you're using plunder to camo grind, you're wasting time. Anything plunder can do, you can do in Stadium Royale better.
My name is Raul Menendez. The Sasquatch skin is available on G2A, Call of Duty on discount, and the Hidden Treasure Sale. Old but gold games, cheap as dirt games, and many of your favorites on sale. Code WILD10, 10% off. G2A, your gate to adventure.
If you are camo grinding on any of the modes with bots like Rebirth or Battle Royale Casual, you should be doing everything on Rebirth as much as possible. Now, this mode doesn't have solos yet, you can only play quad still. The benefits that you had playing solo on Stadium Royale also apply here. Loadouts are cheaper, it's easier to respawn, you don't have to rely on teammates. If you didn't know, at the beginning of a casual Rebirth game, you are able to pick up 2 key cards. If you pick up the one at the bottom of Biolab, after you turn on the shower, you'll get some money and the key card. You take this to the Stronghold Vault Room, and you'll get a loadout and free specialist. If you want to get your loadout a little bit faster instead of traversing across the entire map, you can pick up the key card closest to Stronghold, which spawns at the docks beside the boat in this building. Pick up this key card, take it to the vault room, you'll get some cash and a loadout, but no specialist. These are the 2 fastest ways to get your loadout in-game. Eliminations in this mode are ridiculously easy. Just farm the bots as they fly in. I've noticed recently that the lobbies have gotten a little bit sweatier. There's a lot more players camo grinding and a lot more higher skilled players than you would expect to be in a casual mode. So the best place to go on this map to avoid them is Biolab and Industry once you have your loadout set up. A ton of bots land here, and all of those tryhard players are too busy in prison and control trying to get as many kills as possible. Camo grinding over here makes it really easy. Of course, late game you will run into these guys later on, but you'll still get around 50 plus eliminations a match if you get your loadout within the first minute of the game. Now, when it comes to most wanted contracts, they are never going to spawn in this mode. Even if you wait all game, you'll never see them once. There is also no most wanted contracts in Verdansk casual solos. If you are playing solos, they will never spawn. Most wanted contracts, at least the ones worth camo grinding, will only spawn in Verdansk casual quads and Stadium Royale. If you find Stadium Royale as fast as you can get the contracts, still too difficult to get those challenges done, your other option is quads casuals. Now, I go into this solo. You don't have to worry about running into other teams. Wait for the most wanted contracts to spawn in at the beginning of the first zone closing. You'll have plenty of time to complete some contracts in the meantime and loot to get your loadout. Maybe get a helicopter because it will make finding enemies quite easy. And then when those most wanted contracts finally spawn in, pick them up and fly around, drive around, or run around until you find bots. They're all over this map. You'll never have an issue finding bots. Remember, just for bot identification if they're real players versus bots, bots will never drive vehicles, they'll never have clan tags, and they'll never have loadout weapons. So if you see an enemy running around with a camo, that is a real player. Try to avoid them. Getting a UAV will make finding these bots a little bit easier, and it is the easiest mode to get these challenges done in the game. There is something else that recently changed in this Season 5 update that makes something with the most wanted contracts even easier to complete, and that is getting kills on enemies that are most wanted. No longer do you have to sit and wait for those red crowns to spawn and hunt them down hoping you can kill them for camo progression. What you are now able to do for the contracts is pick up bounties. If you kill a bounty, that kill counts toward the kills against most wanted challenges. Now, there's only a couple weapons that have this challenge. This does not affect the Gold Tiger challenge at all. It would be really nice if you had a bounty against you, as rare as they are, have those kills count towards most wanted, but it's only for the few weapons that in their special camo category you need to kill most wanted for. That has been made a lot easier. In casual, once you're finally done your most wanted kills, you can go back to Rebirth casual and complete those last few camo challenges from King's Ransom to Abyss. For King's Ransom and Abyss, getting the 3 kills in a single life without dying 5 times and 5 kills in a single life without dying 2 times. If you're just killing bots out of the sky, this is no struggle whatsoever for you. Catalyst may be the only other mastery challenge where you might struggle a little bit. When the bots are running around, using concussion grenades, shock charges, or flashbangs will affect them, and they basically just stand there and do nothing, so they are free kills. If you run into real players or have real players grief you while camo grinding, it'll be a little bit frustrating, but we're camo grinding against actual bots. You will get this challenge done. Now that we've covered all of the changes and updates to camo grinding this season, the best way for you to get your challenges done as fast as possible, do everything possible in Rebirth Casual. If you find Rebirth Casual quads a little too difficult, especially as a solo grinder, the backup is always Verdansk solo casuals. When it comes to most wanteds, if you go into Stadium Royale, you can get them done really fast. If you struggle against real players, do them in quads casual Verdansk. If for any reason you think grinding in Plunder is going to be faster than anything else, you are wasting time. Here's your public service announcement and final warning. We are no longer grinding in Plunder when it comes to the Abyss challenges, so if I'm ever in Plunder for whatever reason and I see someone camo grinding, we're gonna have a couple words. There's also a new mode, Deadline, which is an LTM that's coming later in the season. There's no word on how this mode's going to function. Hopefully, fingers crossed at least, it's gonna be really good for camo grinding, similar to what the Clash mode was a couple seasons ago. Best of luck on the camo grinds. I know you guys got this in the bag. Just keep chipping away at it and you'll get Abyss in no time.